Okay guys, so how does screen recording look in the math classroom? This is just an example, but I wanted to give you guys some different ways that we can use the screen recording feature. So in the math classroom, in this case, I'd be using YouTube to maybe build some background, show me to literally show them what we're doing, and then Edpuzzle to check for understanding. Here's an example of what I would do. I'd find a YouTube video and screen record the entire thing, or up to how much, will work in my classroom. And then let's hope it loads, because of course this would happen.
They all came up with elegant proofs for the famous Pythagorean theorem, the rule that says for a right triangle, the square of one side plus the square of the other side is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. In other words, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. This statement is one of the most...
So within this YouTube video, I can use Edpuzzle to check for understanding and submit and ask some questions just to make sure that they're actually paying attention to the video. I can also set my expectations and say, guys, this is what you're expected to do. Watch the entire video, right? The whole thing, because I can check how long you took on it, and submit an answer for every single question that pops up in this Edpuzzle video. In addition, show all your work on your homework assignment. This is your homework assignment that at the end, tomorrow, you have to turn in to me. I want you to show your work here. Now, I'm gonna do one with you guys because I think it's important so that you guys know exactly what to do and how to do it. So then you'd go along and tell them, okay, this is how you solve this one. Like if this is number 1, 17, 19, so we're solving for B. And so that's an example of how you would use the screen recording feature. So this is screen recording in the social studies classroom. Just remember, guys, all of these apps can apply to all content, so cross-curricular. We're going to be using the Good Notes app, which is literally like a note-taking app, and that's where I'm in right now, this one right here. We're going to be using the Show Me app, which we've seen is to explain, right? And it's a lot of we do activities. And then the Edpuzzle to check for understanding. The cool thing about this app, which is the Good Notes app, is I can put my presentation, my literal keynote, my PowerPoint in here, and I can actually annotate on it. So if I go through here and click on, let's say I want to show the middle colonies, I can go through these and annotate and say, these are the middle colonies, they're known as the breadbasket colonies, so on and so forth. Now, in addition, I can toggle back and forth from the Good Notes into my Show Me app. I would have the kids have this worksheet graphic organizer, and they would follow along completing it. This would be a final product of what they would be completing. While we're completing it, I could be checking for understanding through Edpuzzle, but also demonstrating and illustrating it here. And I could show this, and then afterwards, once they answer it, then I'd go through and do those correctives and maintenance. So again, super simple way to check for understanding. Oops, my bad. And to provide instruction, especially on days that you're not there, right? And you can still continue with instruction even if you're absent that day. So I hope you guys like this. Start thinking about how you can apply it in your classroom. Okay, guys, so in the science classroom, here's some apps that I thought could be used for science. And of course, these are used for all curricular. They're not tied into one specific content. So you got the Brain Pop app, which could provide background. You've got your Quizlet, that would be your checking for understanding, and of course, additionally, Edpuzzle, which does the same. So we could go through Brain Pop.
Stay in motion.
And screen record the entire video and throw in some Edpuzzle questionings in there. Then we could go and head over to Quizlet, look for laws of motion, and there's already a ton made, some with, 18 terms, others with just 6 terms. You can make your own and tailor them to your instruction, or why reinvent the wheel? Here I'd be using the flashcard feature, and I'd literally be talking to the kids, reading this out, and then putting in an Edpuzzle question and saying, okay, what's the answer? And then explaining to them, this is called Newton's first law because, and then we'd skip over to the next one. And this is inertia because, and we'd keep going, and we're just checking for understanding using this really cool, simple app called Quizlet. It's also a web tool. So that is just one way we can use these apps alongside the screen recording feature.